Let's talk now to Dale Kirby. Mr. Kirby, you're on the air.
Hi, Bill. How are you tonight?
Fine. Let's just make sure we identify you correctly. Not only are you the candidate for St. John's North for the NDP, but you're also still the president of the NDP in Newfoundland and Labrador, correct?
That's correct.
Okay,
yeah.
fire away.
Marjorie is a hard act to follow. I often follow her on the radio, on your shows, and I'll try not to use as colorful language as she has.
Dale, purely coincidental, I can assure you.
I've been out canvassing again tonight, Bill, and we have a lot of students in St. John's North, and lots of parents too, and lots of college and university graduates who know what it's like to try to service loans and student loans and pay them back. And,
is Memorial in St. John's North?
It's actually interesting. The boundary is at the corner of Prince Philip and Westerland Road, and comes down and meets Elizabeth and goes down Newtown Empire and sort of loops up around. So, so I work on the corner of the boundary every day.
Right on, yeah.
And I see everything's going on in our community on a daily basis, and a lot of those folks out there are paying back student loans, and they're trying to keep a household going, and they're paying for child care and the like. And I was happy today to be able to take part in a press conference with our leader, Lorraine Michael, as we announced part of our post-secondary education platform for the election.
Right.
And what we're planning to do is to begin the phase-out in the first year of an NDP government. We'd begin the phase-out of the provincial student loans program and replace it with a needs-based grant program.
A needs-based grant, so people would have to come in and expose their soul to some board, some committee, and in order to avail themselves of the needs-based grant?
Process. That's right, and it will be we worked all of this out earlier this year. It'd be $4.7 million in the first year, and that would help about 8,000 college and university students get education and training.
That's not much money, is it?
I don't think it's a huge investment. I mean, this area, Bill, post-secondary education access is something that I've been working on and researching for over 10 years now as an academic. Since I started as a professor at Memorial University, I've written quite a bit about the types of policies that help students make the transition to post-secondary education, but also help them continue to be successful to the point of graduation, and then help them to make the transition to the workforce, to become employed and become productive contributors to our economy.
Dale, let me just stop you there before you move on to anything else, because you really touched on an important matter here. And let me throw this at you. University students especially, college students generally, university students especially, would be considered by many to already be a privileged elite in our society. They're getting a first-class education and training. They're going to go on to make more money than their counterparts and peers who do not get a university.
And all the more reason to make an investment in college and university education.
Okay.
The research that's done around the world.
Can I make my point?
Yeah. Sure. Go ahead.
You thought I'd made my point.
I thought you were finished.
Yeah, well, I was just...
you know what I'm going to be like in the House of Assembly now.
Well, yeah, we're not going to let anyone finish what they're saying. That's going to be good. That's exactly more. We need more of that in the House of Assembly, Dave.
We need a great speaker, I think.
Yeah, right. Sounds like it. What I'm saying is that they're already considered to be the elite and have great advantages over a lot of other people. We already have the lowest tuition in Canada. Perhaps with the exception maybe of Quebecois going to Quebec universities. Is there a need for more financial advantage to be given to university students compared to some other disadvantaged groups in our society?
Well, I mean, that you hit on a very important point there, because really overwhelmingly the research that's been done around the world, in Europe, in Canada, in North America, and the United States, shows that needs-based grant aid for students who need it is an important policy for helping students get access. So helping those who would not otherwise be able to access it. So in the literature and in the research, we refer to them as disadvantaged and underrepresented groups.
Yeah, so this would be people coming from financially disadvantaged families who have the wherewithal to go to university, but ordinarily wouldn't be able to get there because they simply, and their parents simply can't afford it.
Sure, and hence the need, to have grants as opposed to loans, which may leave many individuals hamstrung for up to 15 years. So I'm really pleased that our party's going in this direction. This is really one step further to building our workforce in Newfoundland, Labrador, and strengthening our economy, basically. I mean, in fact, today, Toronto Dominion Bank released a report that said, that investments in post-secondary education, whether they're individual or collectively as a society, as governments, these are the best sorts of investments that we can make in our future, in our young people.
Right.
And we still have many students who are going away, leaving the province, going to the mainland to look for higher-paying jobs to pay off very high student loans. So we need our young people here to contribute to the economy here. So that's sort of the basis of our plan.
Yeah.
This is, we had a period in the 1990s where the Liberals drove tuition up and up and up.
Yeah.
They got rid of grants. The Conservatives came in. They listened to us.
Okay, got to go, Dale.
Yeah, sure,
but I think you made your point loud and clear. And thank you very much for joining us tonight to do just that.
Nice to speak to you. I'll talk to you again next week.
Yeah, I hope so. Thanks,
okay.
Dale.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Dale is good. He makes his points of view known, policy positions, and likes to have a conversation about it, if you can get a word in edgeways. Just joking.